Hello and welcome to this Swift video. In this video I'm going to show you how to implement the stepper. So if you have a number and you have your stepper, how you can basically change that number by interacting with the stepper. So I'm going to show you how to do that, how to implement the stepper in this video. If that is something you want to know how to do, you're at the right place, you're watching the right video, because I will show you how right now. So the first step to implementing the slider is opening xCode, and what we're going to do is we're simply going to start a new xCode project. It's going to be a single view application, and I'm going to call mine for stepper demo. Just make sure that the language you have selected is Swift, and if that's the case, just click next and save it on your desktop or wherever you want to save it. Just going to put it in full screen and drag in the elements that we need. Now the first element that we need is of course the stepper. That's going to be the centerpiece of this whole app. Now in order for us to be able to see the value of the stepper, we're also going to drag in a label. So what this app is going to do is it's going to update this label and give it the value of the stepper. So I'm just going to make the label a bit bigger, center the text and give it the placeholder 50. I'm also going to set the stepper value to maximum 100 and the current value to 50 and minimum value to 0. That's great, and all that stuff is awesome. Then I'm just going to place a few constraints on my elements so that they stay nice and in place, so that it's a bit aesthetically pleasing. So here we have our interface. This is all we need to demonstrate how a stepper works, and now we're going to take a look at the code. So we start by simply dragging in the label, and I'm going to call this label label. Very simple, very straightforward. Now in order for us to be able to detect when the user clicks the stepper, we have to place a listener on the stepper. So what we're basically doing is we're placing a little man on the stepper that screams at us every time the value is changed, and also screams the value that the stepper has at this current time. So we're going to drag that in, control drag, and make it an action, because that's what we want to detect, and we call it a stepper, and make sure that this is selected to UI stepper. Now all we do, this is very simple, very straightforward. We set the text of the label, with other words, label.text is equal to sender, the one that sends it, the value of the sender. And in order to be able to display it as text, we have to convert it to text, because right now it's a float value, so we have to convert it to a string value. Let's see, no errors. Let's try to run this and see what we've got, and if there aren't too many errors, which there shouldn't be, then we have a fully functional and operational app that's centered around the stepper. And here we have our app. Can't wait to test it out. Let's try. Click on plus. There we go. Here is the stepper, fully functional, fully operational, and it's a great element to use in many apps. And awesome that you followed along. Now we know how to implement the stepper. Just as a recap, I'm going to go through this. We place the listener on the stepper so that we get notified each time our user changes or clicks the stepper. Then we set the label, the text of this label, equal to the value of the stepper. So this is how simple it is. Hopefully you enjoyed this little tutorial. If you did, make sure that you click the subscribe button so that you are tuned for the latest and newest videos that I put out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.